Alrighty. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. This is the Motor-Vator Academy. I don't mind my chicken scratch. Huh? Thank you. I don't mind that chicken scratch. This is what we do. Now, this particular class is called Ask Me How to What? There you go. Don't be scared. Speak loud. Who would like to make money while they sleep? Me? Me?
Absolutely.
You. We'll put you. Now, I'm going to tell you something interesting about this t-shirt, sweater, whatever you want to call it. I wear these different types of shirts like this everywhere I go. And rarely do people ask me, how do I make money while I'm asleep? Here's the interesting thing about me. I don't care who you are. I'm going to be curious. I'm going to ask you how to make money while you sleep. But one thing we have to understand is our mind, how it works, and how we're programmed. Because that's one thing I talk about is our limiting beliefs, our doubts. And this is why a majority of people would not come up to me. We were in school, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade. When you asked a question and it was wrong or it sounded dumb or whatever, the little kids, they giggle. So guess what? As you get older, and I'm going to tell you something like about my son. With me, he used to ask me questions all the time. He in the car with me. I stopped the car. Daddy, why you stop? I'm like, it's a red light, Christian. I got to stop at a red light. Then I turn right on the red light. Daddy, I thought you said you got to stop on the red light. You can turn right when it's okay to go. So he asked me, he's curious. But when he's with his mother, guess what she say? Boy, be quiet. Stop asking me all them questions. You getting on my, she can't handle that. So what I'm saying is what she does, and I understand this, is she suppressed his curiosity. School does that. Like when I was sitting in school, I would be looking out the window, supposed to be taking a test. I'm looking out the window, looking at girls at the cheerleaders practicing, wishing I was out there, one of their boyfriends. The teacher, Timothy, do your work. I got to get back and do my work. But I was imagining. And so what school does and our parents, sometimes they suppress a lot of things that they should just let us run free because we're just being natural. It's just like if a kid is playing in the mud. He's enjoying himself. But get out that mud, stop. But what happens when we get older is stop, be quiet, stop asking those questions, stop looking out the window, imagining. Over time, that develops our paradigm. We don't know it. But it happens at about the age of 7. Your paradigm is built then. But what I try to tell people, environment is more important than heredity. The environment you're in is going to dictate pretty much what you're going to do. So if you're living in an area where they're selling a lot of drugs, guess what you're probably going to do? You're going to sell a lot of drugs. If you're living in an area where everybody's a doctor or a lawyer, and that's where you grew up at, guess what you're going to be? A doctor. I mean, that's how it is. So we have to understand we create our own success. And then also we're going to talk about fear, because this is one of the big things that stops most people is fear. Now, why do we have this? See how it gets quiet? That's why I ask questions like that. Go ahead.
Fear would probably be lack of confidence, maybe?
Exactly. Now we have lack of confidence, limiting beliefs, doubts about ourselves, but we have to ask ourselves first the definition of fear. See, before we can overcome it, we got to understand it. What is fear? It's a false event. Now let's come over here with this other experience. You can come over here with another one. False event, experience, or what can we use for another one? Expectation. We fear the expectation is going to be bad. We can keep going. But you talking about E. Yeah, event, experience, expectation, appearing. Don't worry about my writing, like I said, real. Now this one is going to be what? That's going to be false. That's it. false experience, event, or expectation appearing real. Guess what? This is a mirage. Fear does not exist. We create our own fear. So anytime we want to do something, we think about, oh man, I don't have the money. I don't have this. But it really boils down to this. Self-awareness. See, that's what I help you do. When you become more self-aware of who you actually are, you don't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about that. But like we was talking about the other night, I just showed the video of Robert. Robert was talking about faith without works is what? But if you're self-aware, you're going to do it. So you have to ask yourself, what's stopping you from achieving whatever you want to achieve? So all of that is to say this. When I wear these shirts, I'm trying to bring that out. But we're going to do more videos like that of showing people, okay, why. They'll look at it and still won't ask. And guess what they want? Money. Who does not want money? They say money is close to what? Oxygen. They used to say, well, everything's free but air. Have an asthma attack and go to the hospital. They're going to charge you for that air. It ain't free no more. You see what I'm saying? So what you got to realize is every problem you have is going to boil down to money. So I'm not the type of person where all I talk about is money, because I'm actually trying to get you to see something deeper than that. But I got some shirts in here that says this. Money isn't the issue. Your poor mentality is. Now that's my website right there, where you can go and buy any t-shirt, hoodie, whatever. Now, the reason I'm showing this is because we're talking about ask me how to make money while you sleep. Guess what? The internet does not sleep. That's a website. Just like Amazon, anybody can go in there and buy a shirt, a sweater, a t-shirt, some leggings, some socks, and guess what? I get paid. Guess what else they can buy? My book. It's on Amazon, Kindle. You can buy it. And guess what? We can keep going on and on and on. So what I do is I do different workshops. And the different workshops is to help you. Because most people always want to ask me, well, Tim, how did you do this? How are you able to do this? How you write a book? You know what I'm saying? I wrote this book. It's on Amazon. Guess what? I went to my friend's house. She had the book on the car. Tim, I bought your book. I didn't know she bought it. Guess what? Money goes into the account. And so what I'm saying is, what I can do is I can teach anybody how to do this with any business and any industry from A to Z. And I'm going to give you an example. I went to the barber shop. Guy cutting my hair. I think I was in Pensacola. He had never met me. He was like, man, what do you do? I said, well, basically I teach people how to make money while they sleep. Now, most people say, what? What are you talking about? And see, that question, it generates curiosity. He stopped cutting my hair. He was cutting my hair. He said, wait a minute, you do what? But see, I have to ask a question to get his attention. And that's what I teach. Whatever business you have, whatever business you want to start, that's what you got to do. You got to get their attention. They say it takes about 13 seconds when you listen to the radio for somebody to change the channel, or if they're watching TV. You got to get their attention fast. But that's what I do. Why? Because I understand sales. The theory of sales, the psychology of sales. I understand the human psychology, human behavior, why we do what we don't want to do, why we do what we don't want to do, why we don't do what we want to do. I understand it because I've studied it for about 25 years. Most people see me walking around, they don't know what I know. They don't know how much I know. Why? Because the most erudite scientists, they can't look at you and tell you what kind of degree you got. If you graduated high school, I can't look at you and tell if you got a master's, an associate, a PhD, a doctorate. I can't do that. Nobody can. But here's what they do. Just like when I started, my friends would laugh at me. Didn't know I knew it because my other friends would tell me, Tim writing a book. He think he gonna do this and this and this. I told them I wasn't writing a book, it's written. They just didn't see it because I hadn't put it out there. I didn't put it on YouTube or like that. I had been written a book. But people, they think, well, that's all I'm doing. No, that's not all I'm doing. I'm always doing something different. We got a credit business. You want money? Guess what? You want to go to the bank and get $10,000, $20,000, $50,000? I can show you how to do it. You got to have credit. You know what people say? We're going to go over some myths too. Have you ever heard they say credit is king? Guess what it is? I'm going to go over some myths. We're going to break a whole lot of stuff out tonight. Guess what credit is? I'm going to take that king off. Credit is calm. It's hard to go out and buy a $300,000 house, cash. But guess what? You go to the bank, they'll loan you the money. You know what I'm saying? But most people, oh, I get $300,000, I'm going to pay for it. Don't worry about that. You sit down with me and I'll show you. See, what we do is we go to the store and we pick up something. Look at the price. Oh, man, it's $300. I can't afford that. Guess what you just did? You sent that signal out into the universe. Guess what the universe says? You can't afford it. Here's the difference between most people and me. I go and look at a shirt, little t-shirt. Cost you what? Maybe $20. But go in some of these high dollar stores, Prada, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. $150. Guess what most people do? They throw it down. Guess what I do? I look at that, $150. I wonder how can I own one of these stores? That's a higher level of thinking. So guess what? I don't have to own the store myself. I can get investors. I can get 10 people to invest $100,000. We need $1 million. We got $1 million. Guess what? We don't have to go in our pocket and pull out $100,000. Guess what we can do? Go to the bank. With your credit score, Mr. Williams, that's all you need, $100,000? That's all I need. Why? I got 900 friends. They got $100,000. We need $1 million. Whatever business, we want to get into real estate, whatever it is. Now we're getting into leveraging. Then I teach you how to scale. You know what I'm saying? So whatever business you want to start, this is the best time to start it. Let me tell you why. This is the easiest time in history to be successful because you can reach anybody within a few seconds. You can text them. I can take a picture of my book, anything, text it to them. Go to the website. Bam. Guess what's on the website? You can put your credit card in. You don't have to have a brick and mortar edifice. You don't have to have a building and put all these things in it. I don't care what kind of business it is. I'm talking to the guy, he's a barber. How to make money while you sleep. So he's looking at me like, how can I do that? I'm a barber. I don't care if you're cutting grass. I can show you how to make money while you sleep. Why? Because you have YouTube, you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have Instagram. We have all of these free platforms. And guess what we do? We get our phone and we just play on it. Your phone now is a computer. I run my business from my phone. I have guys overseas right now working. Right now. That's how I make money while I sleep. Because they're working. And then I'm asleep. So they build a website, they build whatever. Everything you see on my websites, they built it. Bangladesh, they're in Romania, Pakistan, India, Nigeria. Whatever I need is at my fingertips. I don't have to have a building and put people in it and put chairs and put tables, air conditioning, water. I don't need all that because I got this laptop. Most people just don't know how to do it. So I studied it. I studied from millionaires. I had about 5 that mentored me and they taught me. They said, Tim, millionaires do not sign the back of a check. They sign the front of a check. So what you got to do is figure out how to pass checks out. And stop getting one check and signing it once a week. They say we get multiple checks, multiple times a day. And when they started mentoring me, they started changing my thinking. And see, what I had was an employee mentality. They said, Tim, we got to shift you from an employee mentality to a CEO mentality. And so that's where I started studying the mind. How do I do that? Because they started talking to me. And I'm like, okay, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And so now I do get it. Because when I talk to anybody, I talk to you about your mind. The way your mind works. Just to give you an example, there are mechanics. Let's say they've been a mechanic 30 years. They can tell you everything about that engine. How to take it out, how to take it apart, how to put it back together, how to put it back in. Ask them one question, they'll be speechless. How does your mind work? Ask them another question, what does your mind look like? They'll be speechless. Guess what? Ask me that question. How does it work? Well, your thoughts penetrate time and space. Your mind is an electronic switching station. When you think about something, the thoughts go out. They're like boomerangs, then they come back. Guess what? Something I don't like to say because it gives me chills. The universe loves speed. So when you think about something, whatever you want, it goes out and it comes back. So saying that to say this, let's say you look at something. Let's say it's a shirt. It could be a $150,000 car. If you look at it and you say, man, I wonder how can I get that? The universe starts working. It puts people, places, and circumstances in front of you and events to what it will bring it about. So all you got to do is take something in what they call reduce it to ridiculous. Say, okay, how can I make $1,000 a month? I'm working a job, but I need to make $1,000 a month. And then you just keep reducing. Okay, now how can I take that and make $1,000 every 2 weeks, or every 3 weeks, or every week, then every day, and just keep going down. And see, that's what I did with my businesses. I did one like that. Wrote a book. That's a business. People will call me to speak because I wrote a book. So when I go, they say, Tim, we want 50 books. And then we're going to pay you $5,000 to speak. Okay. I don't have to bring 50 books. They go online and order them. They can overnight them. However long it takes me to get there. Guess what? When I get there, we got shirts. You want to buy my book? Guess what else they might want to buy? A shirt with my book on it. You see what I'm saying? That's just the beginning. I have a credit business. Guess what? While I'm talking to you now, I have guys working. When somebody sign up and they do it, I get paid. That's leveraging. I'm leveraging my time. What did J. Paul Getty say? I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. But we haven't studied this. That's what I teach you how to do. Get 1% of 100, then just keep adding. Get 1% of 1,000. Guess who did that? Walmart, Amazon, Facebook. We can keep going on and on and on. Right now, Walmart is sitting down with Facebook. They're trying to figure out how do we make Walmart.com do what Facebook is doing. Why? Because of the internet. That's where everybody's at. Everybody. You see people driving down the street, guess what? They driving like this. That's how they drive. They have created the internet and apps, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, where they're addictive. But I teach you how to get away from that. It's just something habitual. Why? Because we're habitual creatures. But you actually don't, when it comes to habits, and people say, I want to break it, you actually don't break that habit. What happens is the habit actually falls away from malnourishment when you give something else, you feed something else. That's what I had to figure out. So we're talking about fear. We're talking about procrastination. We're talking about doubts, limiting beliefs. We can keep going. And so what I have to show you how to do is how to adopt. I'm going to leave this off because this thing keeps falling down. How to adopt delayed gratification and get away from instant. Because that's where everybody's at. And I'm going to tell you why they're there. Why everybody's here. They want instant. When you send somebody a text, if you don't send them you text them, they text you, and you don't text them right back, what's wrong? Because we're living in such a microwave society. You put something in the microwave, it's fast. Everything is moving faster and faster. They're constantly trying to figure out, how do we take this phone and make it faster? iPhone 9, iPhone 10, it's faster. It's got a better camera, better. But we have to understand, just because that is doing that, don't let that control you. But see, when you get into what I did, see, it takes patience to do this. Discipline, focus is what I teach, laser focus. See, a lot of people, what they do is they teach you how to spray and pray. That's a shotgun, and you got the pellets going out. And then I had somebody the other night that said, well, about a sniper. I said, no, I don't teach you that. I teach you how to be a heat-seeking missile. So whatever your goal is, let me get a little space because I got to put something behind that. Whatever your goal is, you're a heat-seeking missile. No matter what, you're going to keep following it. See, if you're a sniper and right before you pull that trigger, your goal move, you missed it. But if you're a heat-seeking missile, once it locks in, that's it. You got to lock in. And that's what I show you how to do. You lock in here. That's what most people don't do. They say, well, I want to do this. Well, you haven't figured out this. Your why. Once you figure out that, you'll get that. And see, most people, why is not big enough. Why they want to do something? Why? See, my why is so big, it can't fit in the Empire State Building. It's big. It's huge. Humongous. But that's what I teach you how to do, how to develop that. Now, see, once you develop that, guess what you want to ask yourself? What would I do all day if I didn't get paid for it? And that's your what? That's your passion. Now, it's something bigger than that. You have a purpose. And that's something I was talking about in the last video. If you really understood what's going on, you'll go after it, because for you to be here, be born, the odds were 1 in 400 trillion. That's how many people you beat. Most people can't wrap their mind around that. But see, I had to study all of this so I could put it in perspective. And everything I talk about, I promise you I can break it down for hours. You got a goal. You know the 3 steps to a goal?
Fantasy, theory,
Now, he was here.
action.
He was close. See, he was in my class. That's why we call this what? The Motor Academy. You're going to learn today. You know what Kevin Hart say? You're going to learn today. Fact. Now, here's the problem with that. Me and Ronnie came up in the car business. How long you been in the car business, Ronnie?
30 years.
30 years. I started in 92, so he got me beat. I've only been in it 28 years. He got me beat. Guess what? Did they talk to us about goals? Have a goal. What's your goal for this month, Ronnie?
Yeah, always. What's your goal?
Always. But guess what? Guess what they didn't teach us about? The 3 steps to achieve the goal.
Exactly.
Another thing they didn't teach about us here. They didn't talk about that. And so that's why I talk about that, because I do car sales training. Because it's sale. How to sell. They sell cars, don't they? You ask any millionaire, you know what they'll tell you the number 1 skill to master if you want to get in business? Sales. They said that's the number 1 skill. This is everything I do is connected. That's why I wrote the book like that. When I say I can help any business from A to Z, there are so many people in business, and guess what they don't know how to do? I don't care what you do. If you're a barber, you know how to sell. You cut grass, you know how to sell. The good thing about what I do is I show you how to do this also, not just sell, running out of space. I show you how to do this to understand, because you're going to need some customers. Attraction and target marketing. So when I'm sitting in that chair and the guy, hey man, what do you do for a living? I said, well, I teach people how to make money while they sleep. Guess what I just did? See, you create you and your business like a magnet. And see, one thing I know how to do is I know how to create a website that'll do that. I get calls, well, it started in 2014. I get calls from all over the United States because I figured that out because I know how to sell. You know, when you go to Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, you go to the drive-thru, do you know that teller is selling you? But guess what they think? They think they're taking your order. Go to Wendy's. Oh, well, it happened to me every time, but I'm a salesman, so I get something in the end. But I drive up, I say, give me a chicken sandwich, grilled chicken sandwich. You want some fries with that? Guess what she just did? She's selling. If I say yes, now guess what? If I say yes, what happened? Now this is a script. She don't know she's selling. They have a script. Chick-fil-A, Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, Taco Bell, all of them, KFC. The script is, once I say that, do you want fries with that? They memorize the script. She don't know she's selling. So when you say, yeah, I want some fries, would you like the biggie size it? Sold me again. Then guess what? You like something to drink with that, sir? She don't say, would you like something? What would you like? It's a script. All of these multi-million-dollar companies, they know the psychology. They ask you certain things in a certain way to get you to say yes. But they don't know I'm a salesperson. So guess what? You got to sell me. No, did I say I want fries? That's what I see at the window. No, I said I want a grilled chicken sandwich. Would you like something to drink? No, I said a grilled chicken. You got to sell me. But she don't know I'm actually teaching her. I do this all the time. I went to Sam's Club. This guy got a table set up. He trying to sell me direct TV. Because everybody else, well, he didn't know who he bumped into. Everybody else walked past. No, I don't want none. No, I don't want none. I did this. I did this. I don't even want direct TV. I want to hear the sales pitch. He come in hard. He jumped on me. I'm standing there like this. I'm finna teach him something, though. He didn't know it, which I did. He said, he looked at me, sir, direct TV. He went into his pitch. I said, no, I'm not interested. Now I done stopped. No, I'm not interested. I'm waiting on him. He going to another pitch. No. Well, sir, why not? I said, well, my mother has it. When it rains, it stops. I said, no, I'm not interested in it. I'm not going to pay for direct TV cable when I can't watch it when it's raining. And I told him, I'm waiting on another pitch. Hold on a second. Guess what? Check this out. Well, sir, it doesn't do that anymore. It used to do that. I said, I don't watch cable. That's what I told him. I mean, I'm not lying to him. I said that because I watch YouTube. I don't watch a lot of TV because I have to study. You know what I'm saying? I just love. Give you an example. The last 7, 8 years of Super Bowl, my TV's on. I'm like this. It's on, but I don't pay attention to that. I'm not finna sit here and watch millionaires make money. I'm working to become and help other people become by showing them step by step by step by step how to do it. Why? Because I had millionaires that coached me and mentored me. Now they're gonna tell you how this works. This is attraction. They have something called the law of attraction. When I left here in 2002, I went to Atlanta. I said in my mind, I'm gonna be the millionaire. Then I'm sitting on my pool table at home. Why? Well, I want to be a millionaire. So I need to meet one for them to coach me. Guess what? I met 2 within a couple of years. Guess what? They introduced me into another one. I met this black guy. He was making $100,000 a month when I met him. He was making that in 2004. I looked at him like, what? $100,000 a month? And I asked him, because he was busy. He was in a room like this. And I walked in, they introduced me. I shook his hand, and then we walked out because he was in a meeting with a guy. He was coaching a guy. So I asked him, when we went outside, I said, what is he? What? Huh? I couldn't even get it. Then I met his other business partner. The guy was 31, a black guy, retired. Guy named Brian. I said, what? How are you retired at 31? I couldn't wrap my mind around this. And so they took me out. We used to eat. They used to coach me. I started going to the bookstore, the library. I used to live at the bookstore. I used to go to the bookstore on Sundays when they opened at 10. When I left, they were turning off the lights. That's how long I stayed in there because I couldn't afford to read all these books. But they'll let you sit and read it for free. You know there are books called How to Be a Millionaire at the bookstore and nobody reads them. I used to live in the bookstore reading them. Because I left Atlanta, I didn't have these millionaire mentors with me anymore, but they gave me a foundation. They told me, they said, Tim, you want to be successful? I said, yeah. They said, you need to write a book. Because you want to speak, you want to coach, you want to train. I said, yeah. They said, well, a book will give you credibility. I said, well, I don't want credibility because of the book. I want it because I have a desire and a passion to help people because they help me. Why? Because givers gain. Sharing is what? Caring. That's why. That's my. You see what I'm saying? So when your why is big enough, you can achieve these, your goals, your dreams. Your dreams is what? A goal with a deadline. That's all it is. This is the problem I have. The reason I said that there are a lot of people saying that, but they don't teach you like I do. Dream is goal with a deadline. You can have anything. This and that. I'm going to tell you one that y'all probably already know. Do you know this stuff right here? I don't keep a lot in my pocket because I carry credit cards and debit cards. Do you know this money? You know what they say about this money? They say money what? Money talks. Guess what? It don't. Money can't talk. But people say it because it sounds like, yeah, money. I got money, this. No, money don't talk. It don't talk. But they say that when they go in the box, don't buy me a car, I got cash. Money talks. No, it don't. But they don't understand the definition of it, the real meaning behind it. This stuff can't talk. But guess what it can do? It can hear. Money goes where it's called, it stays where it's welcome. Once you understand, once you have a lot, you'll get a lot. Guess what? See this right here? This attraction. Once you understand how to attract it, it won't leave you. They have another law that's above. This is called the law of vibration. They have another law called the law of compensation. Once you understand that these are spiritual laws, they can't be broken. The only person that can break them is the one that created them. But there are a lot of people that talk about, this is the reason I don't get upset, but when they tell people that it don't work, they don't understand. And that's what bothers me. Because this is a spirit law. That's like saying the law of attraction don't work is like saying the sun don't work. That's what they don't understand. They haven't studied that deep like I have. See, when I was selling cars, I wondered why I was successful. I could leave any dealership and go to another dealership and be selling a month. I always wondered why. Why this guy been here 3 years, I'm there 90 days, they asked me to train everybody. They asking me, hey, well, can you train these guys? I'm like, yeah, I can. But I'm like, I don't want to step on this guy's toes. He's been here 5 years. Why you don't ask him? Well, he don't do what you do. Here's the thing, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. That's what I teach people. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. I don't care if you're a barber. Please don't put your barbershop next to mine. Because you're going to wonder why Tim got all these cars and this and this. Because I understand sales. They don't. If you have a landscaping business, don't compete with me because I'm into domination. But if that's what you want to do, I can show you how to sell. You see what I'm saying? You should have 10 people working for you. But what most people do is they go from working a job to owning a job. You know what I'm saying? That's when they get into this right here. Most people don't really understand it. But when y'all know y'all seen the cash flow quadrant. You go from employee, self-employed. That's the left side. The right side is being and business and investing. This is where most people live at. Let me tell you some myths about that. Most people go from working a job to owning a job. And what I mean by that, let's say they're a barber. They cut hair. Then they open their own barbershop. So they go from working 40 hours a week to working 400. But you know what they don't understand? They don't understand this. Something called the 40 plan. You know what the 40 plan is? When you're over here, that's what you're on. You're on the 40 plan. Working 40 hours a week for 40 years. Guess what you retire on? 40% of your income. So most people, they trying to get off of that and they go here. But the problem is they're using their own efforts when they should leverage. So what I'm talking about now is when you're getting over here into business, you do what J. Paul Getty says. You open up 100 barbershops and you sit at home and you just watch the money go to your account every week. You don't even get up and go collect it. They get paid, they can put it on the card or deposit it. Most people don't do that. They go from here to here, they never get over here. That's what I show them how to do. This thing leaking or what? That's what I show them how to do. How do you do that? Now, let's go back to where we started at. Why? The fear. You know what they think? They think if they come over here to here and they get over here, they're going to have to work harder. Think about this. If I got 100 barbershops, man, I don't know, that's a lot of work. Guess what? McDonald's don't think that. McDonald's is a $1 billion company and they got high school kids running it. We can do the same thing now because of the internet. The internet has made everything on a level playing field. Why? You can leverage yourself because business is just people, process, and product. You get those three things straight, that's it. It's game over. That's all you have to do. This is what most people don't understand. What do you mean? What is that? That's what I go over in what? The academy. I break it down. Why? Because the millionaires, that's what they showed me how to do. So guess what? I got 6 websites. A business card for each one. Guess what? My business card is the size of a postcard. This is my business card. So guess what I do? When I give it to a person, man, I say, let me give you my business card. Man, that's a big business card. Guess what I say? You're dealing with a person with a big mind. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with a big person. Guess what? Every last one of my business cards is the size of a postcard. Guess what I tell them? Hey, I don't want you to lose it. Because guess what most people have? That little white business card you put in your pocket. You put it by your money. You pull your money out. It fall on the ground. You don't even know it. You get in the house. Man, I lost it. Where that guy card at? Let me see you lose this one. The guy told me one time, Tim, this won't fit in my wallet. I said, it's supposed to go in your wallet. It's supposed to go on your refrigerator. So when you barbecue, everybody come over, they see it, man, who is that? And they tell your story, man, that's Tim, such and such, such and such. Word of mouth. Got him marketing advertising for you. When I'm walking around with these shirts on, let me tell you something. This shirt right here, I'm going to tell you something about this shirt. This shirt says what? Credit for free. So guess what? I walk into Whataburger with this shirt on. And I'm looking up at the menu. The lady in there like this. She reading my shirt. So I'm just standing there like this. I'm looking up so I don't see her. I'm looking up. And she way down here reading my shirt. So I said, let me get the number 1 and a milkshake or whatever. Guess what she did? She said, hold on a second. She ran to the back. She came back. She brought a lady back. She said, hey, you need this. She gave her my card. The lady looked at it. Get your credit fixed for free. I need this. And the lady's like, yeah, you need this. What I did was I attracted her. Guess what you got to understand? Advertising, branding, marketing, and selling. Once you get that and you understand people, process, and products, that's game over. Every multi-million-dollar business understands advertising, branding, marketing. Burger King come out with a new sandwich. Pizza Hut come out with a new pizza. They do so much research on that before they put those commercials out. Guess what I did? I did research on all of this. Advertising, branding, marketing, selling, people, process, product, goals, everything. Let me tell you something. Y'all, pan these walls, Ace. How tall I am, I can fill up all of these walls with writing. If they would let me, if this was a board that went all the way around this room, I could fill it up. And guarantee you, when you leave here, you're not going to be the same tomorrow. I don't care if you're working, you got your own business, you're going to be thinking about this. Why? Because I created this that way. I created it like this. Because of what? My why. I cracked the code. A lot of people don't know.